Welcome to Jamie TV, thank you very much for tuning in. I've just about completed recording my second sample pack for Mobile Music Pro to release. This pack will be called Riot, and the samples are recorded in the style of pop punk, influenced by bands like Blink-182, Green Day, Bowling for Soup, up to more modern sounds like Machine Gun Kelly. There'll be real guitar, real bass, lots of synth stuff, there'll be drum stuff, one-shots, MIDI, presets, an awful lot of content. I'll leave it up to Mobile Music Pro to advertise exactly what's going to be in the pack. With this video, what I want to do is give you a chance to hear some of the sounds, and I want to show you some of the software that I used to make the pack. Now, when I made my last pack, the Arena pack, which was a classic rock pack, I used a more limited amount of software. I used stuff that I just had on my iPad and on my desktop because I use both in this process. This time around, I've used a lot more different pieces of software, so let's get stuck in and take a look at some of it. I'm going to start by talking about Amplitube 5. Because of all the software I used making this pack, I used it more than anything else. On my desktop, I have Amplitube 5 Max, which is the full unlock of everything. This gives me an enormous amount of choice for my whole signal chain, from effects, amps and cabinets to mics and mic placement and rack gear. For my work, I need to be able to find the right bass or guitar sound to record in a huge variety of genres and styles. So with Amplitube 5, I'm never without a high quality simulation for every single element of my instrument chain. But Max is an outlay of cash, and it isn't for everyone. IK Multimedia allow you to choose from a few different versions of Amplitube 5 and various bundles and in-app purchases, so that you can buy just the kind of gear you need for the sounds that you like to make. It's just a shame that it's not available on iOS. If you've ever been searching for a guitar, bass or even keyboard sound and you're not really sure what sound you need until you find it, you may really appreciate Klevgrand Stark. Whilst it features the same kind of elements you'll find in other similar software, the simple interface doesn't emulate classic amps and pedals, etc. So when you're dialing in a tone, you're not swayed by the kind of skeuomorphism present in something like Amplitube. So you're just dialing, searching for a sound that works. For this pack, I found this incredibly helpful for those simple but quick jangly arpeggios that are synonymous with pop punk. It excels with clean through to dirty sounds, but is not quite so suitable for more extreme dirt and high gain metal. Some pop punk music does feature some heavy overdrive and metal type guitar sounds, and when I needed that for the obligatory fast palm muted power chords that need to chug and cut through the mix like a razor, I went for one of my favourites, Rhino by Aurora DSP. I've made videos before where I've enthused just how incredible this piece of software is and how versatile it is. It is beautifully designed with every control accessible from one page, and like Stark, it is not skeuomorphic, if that is indeed a word. Whilst it is, as I keep insisting, capable of a great variety of tones from clean to filth, it really does come into its own and indeed excel with the heavier guitar sounds. If you're a regular viewer of my videos, you'll know that I am in love with the Nembrini range of amplifiers. Nembrini, who were the first developers to bring truly professional sounding guitar software to iOS, make a range of faithful skeuomorphic emulations of classic guitar amplifiers. No pack like this would be complete without some dirty Marshall style riffing, and for my Marshall sound I used the MRH 159. The HiVolt 103 Custom has a kind of wide open and untethered, raw kind of sound that made it indispensable for working on this kind of music. For a lot of the cleaner sounds, especially the dirty cleans to talking guitar player speak, I use the Faceman. When I dig in, it breaks up, and it cleans up when I back off, and the tone is all over my own music these days, as well as this sample pack. The Faceman, of course, is also great for a classic old school bass guitar sound, and I found it responded very well to the aggressive driving pick attack necessary for pop punk. Nembrini's BlackIce BetaGamma though is a full-on emulation of one of the world's finest bass amps. Classic to modern, clean to filthy, it is undoubtedly the most versatile and complete bass amp available to iOS musicians, and maybe the finest on my desktop as well. So of course, I used it in this pack. With all this great guitar software at my disposal, it would be easy to forget about Guitar Rig. Not because it's bad, it's actually brilliant, and with Guitar Rig 6, Native Instruments have once again taken the software to another level. It's just that I've been a Guitar Rig user for such a long time, and the other software I'm talking about is much newer to me, and therefore it's an exciting journey of discovery. But I know Guitar Rig so well that I was able to open it up and in no time at all create some indispensable solid tones. There's a lot to be said for having that kind of familiarity with an industry standard piece of software. With the exception of Guitar Rig 6 and Amplitube 5, all the guitar software I've spoken about is available for both desktop and iOS, which is incredibly helpful for my workflow. Sadly, the same cannot be said when I speak of drum software. iOS is blessed with some incredible electronic drum software, some of which I did use in this pack, namely Hammerhead, FAC Drumkit and Digistix 2, which does make for an excellent sample host for realistic drum sounds, and so that's my solution to this issue on iOS. Most of the real acoustic kit sounding drums were made on my desktop. Cubase's Groove Agent is outstanding for this. It's not just good to say that it comes with the DAW, it's every bit as good as the other drum software I used for the pack, but it's different. I love how it includes so many superb sounding kits, which are then very easily adjusted to suit a track. As an owner of Native Instruments Complete 13, I also have access to Battery, DrumLab, Butch Vig Drums and Studio Drummer, which all made their way into this sample pack. I'm not trying to say, by the way, that this is a definitive list of software that you should be using to make sounds like this. I'm just trying to share the software that I found to be very useful, the software that I consider to be excellent. But I'd love to hear from you. What software would you use to make these kinds of sounds? Let me know in the comments below the video. Is there something that you think I ought to check out that I didn't feature here? Have you used the software that I'm using here, and what's your experience of it? Comment below the video and let me know. If you liked the video, if it was useful in any way, please consider giving me a thumb up, maybe subscribe perhaps, ding my bell so that you get notified of further nonsense from this stupid old hippie. If you'd like to reach out to me, you feel free to contact me. My email address and all my social media links are all down below the video, where you can also find links where you can help out the channel, check out my music, merchandise, website, all that stuff. You know, all the links that YouTubers usually have, right? Okay, so until my next video, take care of yourselves, be good people, be kind, be good, make lots of music, and try not to piss your pants about. See you later.